I don't think it's a cop procedural.
I don't think it's a procedural.
Western. It's an urban Western.
Yeah.
Our show is just, it's so unique because of the way it's shot, the characters, the way we follow these deputies, you know, it's beyond the badge, is what I always like to say, and realizing that they're never off duty. I think that's something that no other show has really done on television.
I think it's gritty. I think that it's vastly diverse, which I think changes it in relation to some of the other shows that are out there. And just the whole look of it is not anything that you see in other shows. And we have really great actors on our show.
Yeah, I like it. We have a pretty, really diverse cast of characters on our set.
Yeah.
And we're like a very, a functioning, dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
What we get to talk about as well, like the issues that we get to bring on screen it's so real and it's so like outside of the department, and I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to.
We don't have to just focus on the day-to-day cases. We get to focus on these characters and their actual real lives and the issues that they deal with in and out of the department. And I think that's something that not a lot of other cop shows can boast, that it's possible to talk about the things that matter to us in real life on a platform that is very much not real life.
Yeah.
We can reflect real circumstances in unreal situations. And this show really, really reflects that.
And I think that's the beauty of art. I mean, they say that art imitates life, or life imitates art. One of the two.
Yeah.
Right, but I think
That's the
that
question.
does it? No,
You're in the pocket. You're in the pocket. I'm
on
with
our
you.
show, I just think, it's fun doing our show and then watching the response of the viewers and the people on Twitter and the things that they tweet about and the things that they say. And it's just interesting, to see what people are like, I don't want any politics in my entertainment. And it's like, well, that's what art is. Like, art touches on so many different facets of life. And so being political, touching on politics and things that actually affect real life people in this world is really important, I think, and I think that's something that our show does well. And it also challenges us to get outside of our little world. Like, we think that our little world is the only world. And it's like, no, like, there's so many other people that have so many different experiences, and it is awesome to be able to see, like, oh, wow, I never thought about it that way, or I've never experienced that. Like, wow, this is something new that I can learn. So I hope that the majority of the people who are watching the show are having that kind of experience.
But then also, it's like at the end of the day, we like go into our trailers and we brush it off. They never brush it off.
Exactly.
And, like, understanding that they lay it all on the line every single day.
Yeah.
And it's a lot.
I loved what Danielle was saying about basically art is commentary on the state of the world. And so when people get angry that the shows they watch are talking about pertinent issues, it's misplaced anger, because that's what the entire point of art is to speak to what's happening in the current climate of the entire world.
Even from the jump, it was immigration, it was
everything.
The political topics.
I got called all
really,
kinds of names at the beginning. It was like, oh my goodness.
There's name calling. There's this idea. I mean, even when the Black and Blue episode came out with the LAPD officer holding the gun to Joseph's head, and there are people there just upset about everything. Yeah, black people never do anything. Like like these comments are like, wow, these people exist
but that's
in the
good.
world.
You know
still.
what? Look, it's supposed to make you feel something.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it or
Right.
you're gonna be mad.
Right.
But you would have seen it.
But
And
it shows
hopefully
you
take-
they're becoming invested.
Yeah, they're taking away something.
They're like, I hate this show. I'll be back next week.
Yes.
I can tell you how much I hate it
It's like
again.
the same people who are complaining consistently. It's like you're watching, so
Thank you.
okay.
There's
It's
definitely
interesting.
someone on Twitter that they said they tuned away from the pilot after the first 3 minutes when we were talking about immigration. But if you follow that user now, they're still watching the show.
Yes.
So I just feel like a lot of people just wanted an excuse not to like it, for our political topics. But you're still here.
Yeah.
There's right. Well, there's some haters out there, but overall, I think the reaction has been really positive.
Yeah.
Interested in all the storylines that we share on our show.
And that's the thing. We've got storylines that everyone can relate to.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether you may not relate to everything the character's going through, but this piece, I relate to that. I don't relate to this, and it's a beautiful thing that our writers and actors have done.
And also, there's this game out there now when it's a drinking game, and when Cade shoots somebody, you got to take a shot.
And we're all
So-
drunk every
Shot for shot, y'all.
So, yeah.
I also, I tweeted the other day how I love the response all across the political divide, the entire political spectrum.
Yeah.
Everyone is responding to this show in their own unique ways. And it's really, really fun for me to watch the insanity.
No, the rest of it, I mean, there's a lot of exciting stuff to come for the remaining episodes, more
You got a good one next
storylines.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My episode is next week. That's the cool thing too about our writers and Kim. Credit to Kim. Like she has really done a great job of like highlighting each of our characters in different episodes and like taking the opportunity to kind of dig a little deeper into who we are, what we stand for, what we're about, and so
What makes these deputies tick.
yeah, that's made it so fun. Like every week, like this is Bex's episode, this is Shane's episode, this is Brian's episode, and mine's next week. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's a life outside of the department. It's really cool. You can see, these characters, more of their world.
There's some more action coming.
Yeah. it's
Big
cool.
build to the sheriff's, race.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yep. Our show is like shooting a feature film every week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just full on, adrenaline. So, and I think with the last 2 episodes are just out of control
ass-kicking,
action. Yeah,
adrenaline pumping.
they're big.
They're
But
big.
really
but
big.
What's cool and what Bex was saying earlier too is like our show has, and Brian, the grittiness too, but there's a sensitivity, there's an emotional aspect to it that I feel like everybody can connect to. Whether it's you want to see real issues be discussed, you can
Yeah.
tune into our show. You want the gritty raw action, like tune into our show, and that's what's really
You want to see a
diverse
family, a
about it.
loving
A
family.
Yes.
yes,
Dynamic.
exactly, yeah.
Family
Cade's gonna
heroes.
take out some more people and start to steal kids.
Shot for shot.
Look at that.
You want to see Minnick lay into Joseph? Watch our show. But don't make it a drinking game. So you will die.
Shooting people and me giving him crap every week. You'll be drunk.
Every time Minute calls.
Pretty much.
I loved your line last week.
You'll be
I'm
hammered.
dead.
Oh, did they
Every
keep
time.
that?
Yes,
Oh, yay.
it was good.